is a spicy launch. Hi, people of the interwebs. It's your favorite abandoned warehouse, Sarah here, with another car review. And this one is a 2020 Lexus RC-F. It's had some minor tweaks and changes for the 20 model year. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit more power. And this one is in the color infrared, which is probably one of the best colors that Lexus can put on any of their vehicles. It's gorgeous. In case you're not a walking encyclopedia of automotive knowledge, the major new feature on the front of the RC-F are these headlights. I didn't think the triple beams could get any prettier, but they did. I love the big Nike swoosh LED daytime running light, which is bright as hell, even in super sunny weather. What color are these brake calipers, red or orange? Let me know in the comment section below, because in person, they look both red and orange depending on what light it's in. They're pretty, they complement the infrared nicely. And the wheels are 19-inch. They're wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. Up front, they're 255 35s. In the rear, they are 275 35s. It's a wide tire for up front. I didn't think the RC-F could get any better looking in the back end until the 20 model came out with this newly updated rear bumper that has a body color matched rear diffuser. It looks so good with that gloss black trim on the upper half and then the body color down below. And that was something these cars were lacking in the past, was aggression in the styling. And now that they're starting to do that and adding little bits of power and making the car a little lighter, I hope they keep trending in that direction as these cars progress throughout the years. Yeah, pop up and down headlights are cool, but pop up and down wing is even cooler. I realize this is a car review, but real quick. Hi, owl. Hello. You're so pretty. Look at your eyes. I don't want to make the owl nervous. I know they're super intelligent, and it's probably well aware that I am no threat since I'm walking around with this camera on a stick talking to myself. It's probably wondering how I'm at the top of the food chain. As far as the interior goes, you guys know I do my reviews. I keep it short, sweet, and to the simple, and I'm not going to read off a brochure to you and bore you, because that's what Google's for. You can bore yourself on your own time. Anyway, I did review the 2019 version of the Lexus RC-F. There is a link up above to that video if you guys want to check it out. Here goes. Oh my God. So I'm going to cover the interior here real quick and just point out astute observations. Oof. Ooh, it's like a trash compactor. Nope. There we go. The seats in here are unchanged. They're comfy, but there is now a track edition of the RC-F for 2020, which has different seats that are done in red Alcantara. This RC-F has silver carbon fiber accents on the door cards and up here on the dash. Infotainment system in here is unchanged. It does have that Mark Levinson sound system, which is one of my favorites in the car industry right now. I was talking crap about the back seat in this car, but I did just recently sit in the back seat of a 2020 Camaro, and this isn't nearly as bad as the back seat in the Camaro. I mean, at least my neck isn't gonna snap from sitting back here. It is rather uncomfortable, and if they're trying to shave weight on the RC-F, rear seat delete. Just make it an option at least. It does have Apple CarPlay, which is great if you have iPhone. If not, guess you're screwed. I never really noticed how large the door speakers are in this car. They almost look like subwoofers. They're so massive. It's no wonder this car is heavy, because stuff like that. That's easy weight reduction right there, just smaller speakers. But then you lose the Mark Levinson sound system, and I don't think that's acceptable. I like this little slidey boy they got in the center here to hide your cups and penguins. And you thought I wasn't gonna have a penguin in this video, didn't you? Pop-up penguin, even better. There's really nothing in here that's left untouched. I mean, everything has attention to detail. And up above the gauge cluster, the really soft Alcantara suede. Just really satisfying to rub this. Why does this car have a prettier LED light than my own vanity for doing makeup? What am I doing with my life? I need lights like this in my house. These are pretty. Still to this day, I do not understand why there is blue and white stitching on the interior of the car. It's just something that bugs me, because like the car is red. I'd like to see red stitching. I know that would be a huge pain manufacturing wise to change the color of the stitching to match the exterior color, but the car is red. they didn't think about putting the door handle a little bit further back so you can at least reach it from back here. This is a treat. All right, time to take this thing for a ride. I never get sick of driving this car, ever. The RC-F Track Edition does come with a titanium exhaust system, but for the regular RC-F, I would like to see an option where they have a dual mode exhaust or an active exhaust that will open up when you have it in the Sport Plus setting, or you can manually do it if you want to irritate your neighbors. As far as the gauges go in here, they're nice, crisp. The sounds that the car makes when you're going through the menu system sounds like you're playing Gran Turismo. It does change when you go through the modes between Eco, Normal, Sport, and Sport Plus, and that's about that. In the name of science, I shall now give it the beans. I'm going to put it into Sport Plus mode, torque vectoring diff into track, and then tap traction control. That puts it into track off, stability off. And now, new for 2020, it has standard launch control. I may or may not use that. And then to use launch control, you just hold the brake, floor it, it goes up to about $2,000 or so, and give it the beans. Ready? Go. Oh, that was a spicy launch. This thing rips chips. Whew. All right, good enough. I don't know if that launch control is actually that effective. Ooh, that's light. Hello, and welcome to Garage Science with Sarah. Under the hood of the 2020 Lexus RC-F is still the 2UR GSE. It is a naturally aspirated 5-liter V8. However, for 2020, it gains a bump in 5 horse and 6 pound-feet of torque. It now produces 472 horsepower at 7,100 RPM and 395 pound-feet of torque at 4,800 RPM. It's just a small bump in power over the previous model year, and that's because they made even smaller adjustments under the hood, like removing 700 grams of useless material from the intake manifold without changing flow characteristics. It doesn't feel shaved, it's still bumpy. I feel like I should emphasize that was sarcasm or else someone's gonna take me seriously. And they also used a lighter AC compressor as well to help shed weight on this car. This lightweight AC compressor has me curious. Yep, good luck working on this thing. Ooh, that's tight quarters down there. Time for the braking test. No one behind me? Oh, jeez. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whew. Apparently the red-orange brake calipers mean spicy, because that just ripped my face off. I don't know why spicy would rip your face off, but those are effective brakes. Hi, I'm back. The drivetrain is still the ISN 8-speed automatic transmission that you had in the previous model years of the RC-F. However, for 2020, they revised the final drive ratio in the rear diff. It went from a 2.97 to now a 3.13. And on top of that, they added launch control standard on all the RC-F models for 2020. The one thing that I said last year when I reviewed the 2019 it was missing is now standard. You don't even have to get the track edition for launch control. It's on all of them. That's what's up. When you think of best drivers cars, things that weigh nearly 4,000 pounds generally are not included in the same conversation. I would think of like the Fiat 124 Abarth, a BRZ, stuff that's sub 3,000 pounds. But this RC-F has become one of my favorites to just go out and explore back roads with. I feel I'm finally starting to understand the purpose of this car. It's definitely not something that you should be comparing against muscle cars. It's nowhere near in the same class as a Camaro or a Mustang. God, nor is it a BRZ or a 124 Abarth. But I'll argue it's just as fun on a back road as one of those two cars. About this car is it has the capability to call you out on your driving ability. It is so crisp and precise that if you screw up, it's gonna let you know. However, if you can drive it well, it's gonna reward you. I've driven the BMW M4 before, and everyone's gonna say that's a better car than this is, considering they're somewhat similar. But I don't think that car left me feeling this way after I got out of it. Oh my God, this thing is incredible. The induction sounds of that 5-liter V8. The only thing it's missing though is the exhaust. I would love to see how the track edition sounds with that titanium exhaust system. As far as normal driving goes, I took this thing out in the interstate just so I can show how quiet and comfortable it is inside the cabin of this thing. Now I have it in eco mode, which is kind of a joke because this car is not really that fuel efficient. Hence why so many of its competitors are using forced induction engines now. Otherwise, this is a super comfortable daily driver. I thoroughly enjoy driving this car. It gets tons of looks because you don't see them a lot. And I feel this car is timeless. It will just continue to look good no matter how old it gets. And it'll probably become a collector's car as well. So if you guys have never seen one of my car reviews before, I have multiple categories to rate and assess vehicles, starting with the bean score. It is a rating of 1 to 5 beans based on the feeling you get in your guts when you give it the beans. And the 2020 Lexus RC-F is going to get a rating of 3 beans. I don't really care how fast this car is though. I love it no matter what because it's a work of art. Next up is the cookie score. It is a rating of 1 to 5 cookies based on what you get for what you spend. And the Lexus RC-F is going to get a rating of 2.5 cookies. It's an expensive car. You get a lot, it's incredible looking, it's unique, it's different, it's fast, but it's an expensive car. So it just gets an average rating. Last up is the penguin score. It is a rating of 1 to 5 penguins based on how much I personally like a car. The 2020 RC-F gets a rating of 4.75 penguins. It's almost a perfect score because it's almost a perfect car in my eyes. I absolutely love this and it's probably one of my favorite cars I've ever reviewed. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review and I will see you soon with another. Bye. There's an airplane that's flying over. I don't know if it's loud. We're gonna go with it. Someone hung a teddy bear over there too. That's really sick and sad.